Clear skies again tonight, lows around 53. Ample sunshine expected tomorrow. High temperatures reach up to 81. Get weather anytime by calling 824-6101 or online at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Right now, 59.
WTIM.
You're listening to WTIM, your information station. Time now for your expanded local news. I'm Reed Kamai. The Taylorville City Council met for their monthly meeting yesterday to recognize the Taylorville High School and Taylorville Junior High School track and field qualifiers, and also to discuss ordinances, resolutions, and motions on finance, street, and sewer updates. Taylorville Mayor Bruce Berry gave away a key to the city to THS track star L.C. Williamson, and also recognized yesterday as a holiday in honor of the THS and TJHS track and field teams. Under ordinances, the council approved the authorization of various Business Development District Number 1 redevelopment agreements, including an agreement between the City of Taylorville and BNA Properties and Central Illinois Optometric Associates, and an agreement between the City of Taylorville and Chicago's Number 1 Drum Lessons, Taylorville Music Lessons, and Michael and Wendy Semero. All of the ordinances were approved 8-0, aside from the ordinance including Illinois Optometric Associates, which still passed but with a vote of 7-1. Steve Dorchinez voted no on this ordinance. Under resolutions, the City Council Board heard a motion to recommend that the council authorize and direct the mayor to sign the IDOT Local Roads Supplemental Construction Engineering Agreement with Benton Engineering. The motion passed 7-0. The board also heard a motion to approve the application for a massage establishment license to be located at 500 North Webster Street in Taylorville. This motion was withdrawn due to a lack of a second motion. Upon completion of ordinance and other heard motions, the council heard updates from the Taylorville City Attorney, Rocky Romano, as well as mayoral updates. State Senator Doris Turner is encouraging Illinois schools to review their policies regarding service animals following concerns raised by a Rochester High School student. Turner recently led the adoption of Senate Resolution 542, which recognizes the importance of service animals in schools and encourages districts to ensure their policies comply with state and federal disability rights laws. According to Turner, service animals provide critical assistance that helps individuals maintain their independence and safety. She said students who require service animals should not face discrimination or barriers to accessing their education. The resolution comes after a Rochester High School student with type 1 diabetes reported harassment involving her medical alert dog. The student told a school board meeting that other students stepped on the dog's legs, pulled its tail, threw food at it, and barked at it in school hallways. The student later said on social media that the district had not taken sufficient action to protect the service animal. Under the Federal Americans with Disabilities Act, service animals must be allowed to accompany students during school activities and assist them in accessing public education. Senate Resolution 542 was adopted by the Illinois Senate on Friday. Taylorville Memorial Hospital is gearing up for the next iteration of its Community Health Needs Assessment. The assessment will formally be carried out next spring, with the results released immediately after. However, the process begins long before then, with efforts to collect feedback from patients and other key organizations and stakeholders. Aaron Pubauer, TMH's new president and CEO, says the provider hopes to compare goals and outcomes between the next assessment and the previous one from 2 years ago.
So in the next year, we will go through that process as well. We're just kind of starting to kick that off, that process for the next year. But between now and next spring, we want to make sure that we take a step back and take a look at, what have we provided well for in our community and where those additional opportunities are. So we'll work through that over about the next 9 months and have a new community health needs assessment that will come out next spring. A big piece of the community health needs assessment is to make sure that we're providing quality care in a variety of different facets of healthcare, and also to understand where we may have opportunities to better meet community health needs and to better serve our community in the future. So overall, it's a pretty involved process to be able to work through what those needs might be, provide opportunities for a lot of input from a lot of different community stakeholders throughout that process. So we work a lot with the schools, other healthcare providers in our communities, a lot of social service agencies in the area to be able to help identify needs that we are meeting and then areas where we have opportunities going forward.
The 2024 Community Health Needs Assessment can be viewed through a link in this story on our website, TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. There are also opportunities for community members to provide input ahead of the next report.
So our community health needs assessment is on our website. Whenever we have those results that come up, we do this process every 3 years, but the most recent community health needs assessment from 2 years ago is on our website. So if people want to take a look at that, they can certainly review those results from 2 years ago. But certainly going forward too, we'll be asking the community for a lot of input on the community health needs assessment over these next 9 months. So certainly as those opportunities come up, there's opportunities to review what's online already and provide additional input going forward.
Poobauer sees correlations between the results from the previous assessment and a recent 4-star rating TMH received from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services.
I think whenever we look at what our current needs were the last time, those showed around mental health, heart disease, and access to primary care. So whenever we're taking a look at our overall 4-star rating, there's a lot of areas where we excel and really provide an excellent job providing care. And there's some additional opportunities that do come up through that process, but certainly opportunities around mental health and primary care are certainly opportunities for us for the future. So a very high rating. There's not a lot of 4- and 5-star hospitals out there. So it was the highest rating really of any hospital our size throughout central Illinois. So a big kudos to our team. There's a lot of different components that go into rating a hospital, but they provide really great care and just kind of a third party demonstrating and validating the high quality care that our team provides for our community.
In the meantime, Taylorville Memorial Hospital set aside the week of May 11th as Healthcare Week. As part of it, they looked to recognize their many healthcare workers and behind-the-scenes staff involved in the provider's day-to-day operations.
So it's a really great week. We try to do that every year in the month of May. Is to be able to recognize our colleagues or their employees that work there at the hospital. They're really a very dedicated team. We serve the community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if there's a healthcare need that comes up in the greater Taylorville community, we're always here to take care of them, no matter the time of day or the hour. But certainly want to have the opportunity to recognize our colleagues for their great effort, whether it be in nursing, lab, radiology, or other support services like our facilities team, our housekeeping teams, all provide really great services to keep the hospital up and running, provide great care for our patients.
More information on Memorial Health is available at memorial.health. Aaron Poobauer appeared as a guest on the WTIM Morning Show. And now, a word from First National Bank in Taylorville.
At First National Bank in Taylorville, just west of the square, we've spent 70 years being your local bank. The bank where relationships matter, because we've been part of this community for generations. I'm President Jared Beckham. Life moves fast. Families grow, businesses change, even banks come and go. But one thing stays the same. First National Bank in Taylorville has been here for you, and will be here for the next generation too. Serving Taylorville for 70 years, First National Bank in Taylorville. First every time, member FDIC.
Illinois State Comptroller Susanna Mendoza is hosting the next annual Dog Days of Summer campaign. The campaign kicked off on May 26th and is set to run every Tuesday through Labor Day. The now third year of this effort features dogs available for adoption from shelters around the state who are desperately looking for a new family. Comptroller Mendoza said that it has been a pleasure to carry on the Comptroller's Critters program started by her friend Judy Barr Topinka. Mendoza also said that now that they have added in a summer social media campaign, they've been able to help find even more homeless pets a forever home. Comptroller's Critters features an online database of participating shelters around the state. The shelters are searchable by county, and links to shelter websites, addresses, and other information are also available for tips about pet adoption and care. Illinois shelters that would like to be added to the database are encouraged to email critters@illinoiscomptroller.gov. Comptroller's Critters isn't limited to just dogs and cats. Shelters listed also rescue hamsters, ferrets, horses, rabbits, pigs, and other animals. Comptroller Mendoza said adoption just makes financial sense and that families are saving money by adopting a pet in desperate need of a home, and that it is much easier and likely less expensive than shopping for an expensive animal that may not be from a reputable breeder. Shelter pets are usually available for a nominal cost and have already been spayed or neutered, microchipped, and vaccinated. Additionally, choosing a pet from a shelter helps reduce animal control costs for local governments and makes room for other homeless animals. For further information or to see a local list of pets up for adoption, check your local shelter's website or go online to hscipets.org.
With over 8 hours a day of agriculture programming weekdays and 2 hours on Saturdays, WTIM AM, FM, and online is your ag information station. Listen by tuning in on air or online and listen to WTIM Ag podcasts anytime.
To learn more about Rolling Meadows Senior Living in Taylorville and the apartments they have available, click on their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Lincoln Land Community College is introducing professional development seminars regarding artificial intelligence. It's part of LLCC's Professional Development Institute, which offers courses and workshops for those looking to change careers or simply continue learning. The AI sessions will take place in the fall across the college's various campuses and are scheduled as follows. Wednesday, August 26th at the Litchfield campus, Friday, August 28th at the Springfield campus, Tuesday, September 1st at the Taylorville campus, and Thursday, September 3rd at the Jacksonville campus. Elizabeth Fines Workman, director of LLCC's Taylorville campus, says the course is valuable due to the role AI plays in employment settings and more broadly in society.
I think that AI is something that we can't really get away from, right, Reed? Even if you want to. So I think that learning how to use it properly is really important, and using it to your advantage. Of course, there are ways that AI is used that are, not so great. But if you're able to come to these professional development sessions and learn how it can, implement your day in a positive way, why not do that, right? And also, I think that probably a lot of, people in the workforce will ask you, like in an interview, maybe like, how do you use AI or what do you think of it, right? And like I said, it's not really going anywhere. So we might as well figure out how to use it in a positive light and how to use it effectively. And I think that that's what these professional development sessions will be able to help folks with, and especially going into the any workforce.
Registration for the course is available through a link in this story on our website, TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Separate from the course, Fines Workman has started a series of videos for LLCC Taylorville's Facebook page she calls Friday Foodies with Fines. She says it's a way to further connect with students on the Taylorville campus.
So the first episode that we did was with my student Owen, and he brought in these. Have you ever heard of Liquid Death? It's like a water, like carbonated water.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, so it's like a Pop-Tart flavored iced tea. Okay, yeah. So it's wild. And I was like, he brought it in to me, and I'm like, oh my God, let's start Friday Foodies with Fines. So we did it. It was wonderful. I asked him, a couple Lincoln Land questions. So still tying it back to our core values at Lincoln Land. And in the second one, ironically enough, I saw in the grocery store, like extra stuffed Pop-Tarts. Again, I'm on a Pop-Tart theme. Pop-Tart needs to sponsor me is what I'm getting at. And my student, Sean, we did that second episode with him. So it's just something really fun that I think the students enjoy. I think they enjoy watching it, and I'm hoping that I can get students to just, come up to me and be like, "Hey, can I be on Friday Foodies with Fines?" And I'll be like, "Yeah."
Oh my goodness. A Taylorville campus employee is celebrating a college-wide honor. Scott Grundy, a general maintenance technician, received LLCC's Distinguished Service Award.
I nominated him because he, like I said, takes care of everything in the building. He does things that he doesn't even have to read. Like whenever we do, I have a lot of probably out of the box ideas, right, that I've brought to Lincoln Land so far in my time as director. And every one of them, well, not everyone. Sometimes Scott's like, "All right, Elizabeth, we need to pump the brakes on that." But he is a great sounding board. If I have any questions, if I think like, "Hey, should we, get a hot air balloon and just, whatever." And he'll be like, maybe not. But he's a great sounding board. He's always on my side, and he is very distinguished himself. Right. So I am jazzed that he was awarded this award. I nominated him because he is super deserving of it. And I'm really glad that Lincoln Land also saw that as well.
More information on Lincoln Land Community College is available at llcc.edu. Elizabeth Fines Workman appeared as a guest on the WTIM Morning Show. Ag groups continue to follow issues stemming from data center developments. Patrick Giberson is a United Soybean Board member from New Jersey. Farmers in his state have dealt with challenges from warehouse expansions, and now data centers are also in the mix. Giberson spoke at the recent National Association of Farm Broadcasting Washington Watch event. Now to obituaries, which can be found at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. 84-year-old Penelope Virginia Penny Mooney of Owanaco died last Tuesday. Visitation is today from 10 till 11 at McClure Funeral Home in Taylorville. The funeral service will immediately follow. Burial will be at Owanaco Cemetery. Arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and cremation services in Taylorville. 89-year-old Arnold Arnie Hilliard of Taylorville died May 16th. A celebration of life will take place on Saturday from 1 to 4 at Taylorville Christian Church in Taylorville. The sharing of memories will take place that same day at 2, also at Taylorville Christian Church. Cremation rites have been accorded, and he will be interred at Camp Butler National Cemetery at noon on Friday. Arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and cremation services in Taylorville. 79-year-old Rita Ann Harris of Taylorville died May 23rd. A celebration of life will be this Sunday at 2 at the Family Lake House at 401 South Hunt Road in Taylorville. A prayer service will immediately follow. Arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and cremation services in Taylorville. And 97-year-old Margaret Lemansky of Taylorville died on Saturday. Visitation is today from 10 till 11 at St. Mary's Catholic Church in Taylorville. A funeral mass will immediately follow. Burial will be at Oak Hill Cemetery. Arrangements are being handled by Masterson Funeral Home in Kincaid. Let's take a look at the weather today. We're expecting sunny skies with a high near 81. East wind 7 to 10 or 7 to 11 miles per hour with gusts as high as 17 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 53. Get local news anytime at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and every hour as well right here on